One of the remarkable things about Margaret Thatcher was that she wouldn't resist a verbal joust. I had interviewed her back in 1986 as just an American business reporter. And when you interview most politicians, it's a pretty fruitless exercise. They know what they want to say, and they'll find a way to say it. They're not going to give you anything that they don't want to give you. By contrast, Margaret Thatcher was always a lively interview. You wanted to debate her on a subject, she'd be glad to do it. She, as the saying goes, she had studied her brief, she knew what she was talking about. A number of historians, Paul Johnson among them, a Forbes columnist, noted that when she went into the Prime Minister's office, when she became leader of the Conservative Party, she didn't know a lot about areas such as defense and foreign policy. But she mastered those areas very quickly and soon knew more than those who supposedly spent a lifetime studying it. So she was a lively interview. After she left office, we had the opportunity, my family and I and some friends, to get to know her. She'd come here on vacation. We'd have her on the Highlander or other areas. And she was a delightful person to be around. She was unfailingly gracious. She was obviously devoted to her husband, Sir Dennis, and he to her. It was a real love match. Amazing to see people at that age, decades after marriage, still very much of a firm and emotional partnership. But she was a delightful conversationalist, and she would be willing to patiently explain her views, patiently explain a subject in a way where if you made it clear you were there to learn, you weren't trying to play a game or that kind of thing, she would be quite willing to go through how she saw things, why, in a very patient, methodical way. So she was unique. She was what they say a conviction politician. That is, she went into politics for a purpose, to advance very basic principles. She understood you can do a handful of big things and focus on those big things. And she also understood, and you could see it in conversation, that life did not go in a straight direction, that he had to be cognizant of times and circumstance, that he had to wait when circumstances were right. So she had that keen sense of timing. On a personal level, she was a delight to be with. She could have a sense of humor, although she was accused of not having one. She was a woman with a mission. And in that sense, it was very inspiring to be around her. She was invigorating. She was also very loyal to friends. When I ran for president a second time in the year 2000, she was over here before the campaign as we were readying things. We have to do these things in America a couple of years in advance. And she agreed to come out with me to Iowa for a major state fundraiser. She wasn't going to get directly involved in American politics by endorsing a candidate, but she made it very clear she was very sympathetic to my candidacy. She praised me. She had me at her side. And she was like that. She was loyal. And if she felt that you had the right view, she'd be willing to stand up and fight with you. And that's rare in life. You did not have to worry about her running off. As I say, you'd want her in a foxhole. She was a steadfast and a true friend, both in terms of principle and on a personal side.